XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. If we refer to our analysis when the price was within this move, I mentioned this one is really corrective. We can expect one move down, and as we can see, the price drop and almost break this low. If we put this one here, all right. Now the thing is how deep this one can go, all right, because as we can see, almost near to this low. Whether this one can continue and break this low, which is with this shadow, okay. Now the thing is, and even if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we are not going to buy within this. Even having 3 above this, I didn't recommend it because I mentioned the price can drop, especially when the price was here, because I mentioned the price can take and reverse. Okay, this is what we can see. That's why I mentioned any sharp move with the flag or having a 3 above this one can be option for buy. As we were expecting the price drop, now we want to see how deep this one can go and whether we can look for buy or not. If we start with a daily chart, as we can see based on the daily chart, the way is moving within this frame. If we last a few days in terms of the corrective based on lower time frame, now we want to see, can we expect the reversal or bigger correction? If we get a bigger correction, that means still we can buy based on lower time frame based on correction. Okay. Now the thing is how we can trade it. If we move to forward chart based on our analysis, when the price was within this move, we mentioned we were putting this one as a correction for one more drop. And now we want to see the prices drop and break this low, but we were expecting this one be a bit deeper. Now the question is if this is the only drop or this one can continue lower. Okay, by the way, from now any buy we will be interested. And if we put this one relative to this, if even if we zoom, we can see the price have broke the low. Okay, if we refer to again, we put this one in relative to this, we refer to the MACD. We can see almost we have a divergence, but we want to see if this one become a deeper, may this divergence disappear. Okay, especially here as well. Now the thing is, we move to 1 hour chart. We want to see whether we can get the trade set up, and here if we put in relative to each other, we want to see whether we have a divergence as well. We can see here and this one MACD. Okay, again, divergence is just additional information, and because I mentioned if this one continue a bit lower, maybe then we want, everything can change, then the divergence is not there. But as I mentioned, if we get any buy setup, we can look for buy. If the price break this one continue and break this low is better for us. But even if we get any buy setup from here, we can look for buy. That means we don't need to wait the price to break this one. Then how we can buy right now based on 1 hour chart? Actually, we don't have any trade setup. The only thing is very similar to every times when we don't have, we can expect any sharp move with the flag. This is the only way we can buy right now. Okay, any sharp move, whether based on 1 hour or 15 minutes with a flag, we take it. And when the price comes to this high, we start to manage it. And the another option, if the price sharply reverse from here, if we want to trade, then we can have entry above this. Okay, but having entry above this, as we know, the price easily can tag and reverse. That's why if you want to have entry above this, what we expect the price move really sharp, tag and continue. If the tag within 1 or 2 hours is not moving, we take out the trade because this one still can tend to a bigger correction for one more drop. Because what we have here, maybe put in relative to each other. This one is expanding for one more reverse. Okay, by the way, again, having entry above this is risky, and those traders, they have experience and then they know how to manage, they can take it. But the best thing is if we get any flag here, and if this one drop a bit more, can give us a better option. And if we see the prices start to correct similar to what I draw here, okay, we don't need to look for buy. We know the price can drop again, and even it's continue as a corrective, we cannot buy. Okay, and how about if I move to 15 minute? Based on 15 minutes also, we don't have anything. Okay, the only thing is now, as you can see, the price broke this low. We want to see whether we can look for buy, but we should know that our expectation was to drop a bit more. Why? Because if we get this one, still we can expect the price correct for one more drop. When is moving as a corrective very slow, for sure we cannot get any trade setup. All right, anyway, we just follow the chart. We want to see from now we can get any buy setup or not. And again, if we give a correction, maybe for those traders, they like to sell, they go for short, they can look for sell, but they should know this is the low within this shadow. If they get any sell, will be really short term because easily price can drop and reverse. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup, as I mentioned, when we are more interested in the buy. In this case, we just follow the chart. If we get any buy setup, we trade it and we try to manage it. And if I see any update or trade, then I will share. Thanks.